So we know that the Pokemon Legends EA starters as well as the Gen 6 starters are going to be receiving new Mega Evolutions within Pokemon Legends EA. First of all, that's just so awesome. Like, finally the Gen 6 starters are getting Mega Evolution. They really should have had Mega Evolutions in Pokemon X and Y. Like, I always think that it's crazy that they didn't, as well as pretty much every other Gen 6 Pokemon. We literally currently only have one Generation 6 Pokemon with a Mega Evolution. To me, that just doesn't even make sense. But we're finally getting Mega Evolutions for those Pokemon and the Legends EA Pokemon, which is really, really awesome. So let's talk about it. So there are some really cool concept pictures out there of, Mega Greninja. Actually, pretty much all of them. There are really awesome pictures up there on the internet of Embor. Personally, Embor is the one that I'm most excited about. I really do think that one is so cool. Just hearing what it could look like sounds so awesome to me. The Gen 6 starters also sound really cool. I feel like the only ones that need some work are for Alligator and Meganium, but who knows? We don't have the official pictures yet. And now I think that they're going to announce it in the next trailer. Like, I think that the next trailer for Legends EA will reveal the brand new Mega Evolutions, so that means we'd see probably most, if not all, of the brand new Mega Evolutions. My theory is probably most. Like, I definitely think they'd show us the Gen 6 starters and the Legends EA starters. The rumor is we're getting 26 brand new Mega Evolutions within this game, so I feel like they could save some for when the game actually fully releases and we could see it firsthand there. I really do think that with the next trailer, when they show off, the brand new Mega Evolutions, I think it would just help them promote the game more and probably even sell more copies on the Switch too. It's probably a smart move for them to make regardless, and the trailer is probably going to be August, maybe. There's usually a Pokemon Presents in August, so that'd be a great time for them to reveal a brand new trailer. So for Greninja, I think that its typing should stay the exact same. I think it should stay as a water and a dark type. However, I could see it maybe being like a water steel type or something. I think that could also be pretty interesting. And I only say steel just because of his, Shuriken or Ninja Blade, where that kind of would make sense for the steel typing to come in. I think his design is already really cool, but the sound of his Mega Evolution sounds epic. So he's going to be like standing underneath his Shuriken, I think, like hanging from it, which, bro, that sounds so cool to me. Now let's talk about Chestnut. This is probably my least favorite starter out of all 6 that are going to be in this game. I know it's kind of funny that I said 6 because obviously there's only 3 real starters for a Pokemon game, and then, the Generation 6 starter is just going to be like a bonus. But I think it would be cool to use them in this game anyways, even though they're not technically the starters for Legends EA. I think it would be cool to use one of the Gen 6 starters in your team. And before we get to the rest of the video, this video is sponsored by TomTalk. Now, they make the best Nintendo Switch 2 cases. Now, these carrying cases are actually amazing. The Switch 2 is coming out. It's going to be a brand new console. It is pretty expensive, so you're going to want to protect it. Now, they were kind enough to send me 2 of their brand new cases right here. We got a black and a white one, which just look phenomenal. I have to say that the build quality is perfect. It is literally perfection. I absolutely love the design of it. It's simple, but yet really cool. It's very original, and it has that embellished kind of look of the Switch on the outside. In my opinion, this is the must-have case for the Switch 2. Not only that, on the inside, you have a little name tag in case you ever leave your Switch somewhere, so you can write your name and your contact information, which is the coolest feature I've ever seen. You can store a lot of Switch games up in this case, and it is very soft on the inside, so it's going to protect your brand new Switch 2 console. The fabric is very nice. Like, your Switch games are going to be very protected. You can see that it's a very slim case, which I really like. Like, it is very slim, but it's also very sturdy. The outer shell is very sturdy, and if you drop this in the case, your Switch is going to be protected for sure. I think this is the must-have Switch 2 case. Huge shout out to TomTalk. Link to them in the description. Go buy yourself a brand new Switch 2 protective case for your brand new console. Now, this is probably the smartest thing you could do for a brand new console. All right, back to the rest of the video. But anyways, Chestnut, I think, should be a grass steel type because he's going to be having like ginormous shields in front of him as his arms or something like that. That's kind of what the rumor leaks were saying about his Mega Evolution design. So I feel like for that reason alone, I think a grass and a steel type could make a lot of sense. Or even a grass and a ground type. That could be kind of cool as well. Okay, now going on to Delphox. Delphox is really cool. I do think that Delphox is slept on. So Delphox is going to be like floating on the broom, on her broom, which I think sounds super cool. Like, that sounds epic. I can't wait to see what this looks like in the game. And I really do think that Fire and Fairy would be a good typing for Delphox. Although a Psychic and Fire type, you know, its original typing also does make sense. Like, I feel like that would be perfectly fine if it stayed the same. Not all Mega Evolutions get brand new types. There are a lot of evolutions out there that just have the exact same type as their regular third stage evolution, and a lot of Pokemon also do just get different typings with their Mega Evolutions. So for that reason alone, it's like, you know, some of these are probably going to stay the same, and some are definitely going to be different. Mega Embor, I think, would make sense to be a fire and a ground type. His design is going to be based off of a Chinese soldier, which I think sounds really cool. I think the concept art for Embor, Mega Embor, I guess I should say, is definitely my favorite out of all of the starter Pokemon that we've seen. I would say it's probably like Embor and Delphox and Greninja. I think they all sound super, super awesome. What I hope for Embor is that its Mega Evolution is really good. A lot of people don't like Embor because they just don't like how big and bulky and round he is, which I've always been an Embor fan. I think Embor is an awesome Pokemon, so is Tepig. Gen 5 is my favorite generation, and I definitely love all the starter Pokemon. Like, out of all three of the Gen 5 starter Pokemon, I definitely have a favorite. However, I like all of them. I think my favorite's Snivy, though. Snivy is just, you know, nostalgic for me, and I just really like Snivy. It's kind of interesting to think about because, you know, Oshawott and Snivy aren't in this game, or they're not the starters for this game. And now they could be in the game, like just in the wilderness, but they're not the starter Pokemon for this game. So it's like, will their third stage evolutions one day get a Mega Evolution because Embor is getting a Mega Evolution? So you'd think that Game Freak could want to, you know, fill in the gap there and just kind of give all the Gen 5 starters a Mega Evolution one day. I mean, I'd be okay if they didn't. I feel like they will, just because it's kind of strange to leave them out, you know what I mean? Okay, here we have Feraligatr. So Mega Feraligatr kind of sounds a little underwhelming. I'm going to be fully honest here. So the overall design honestly sounds like it's going to be like Druddigon. And now I know that's a meme online, like everyone's memeing about that right now, but it's because it's true. So it's basically just going to have like a mask over its head. I think it's going to have more sharper spikes on its body, which I'm hoping it's going to look a little bit better than it sounds, because the way that the leaks were making it sound really make it sound underwhelming. Now, Feraligator's never been my favorite Pokemon of all time. Like, I like Totodile, but I've never been a big fan of Feraligatr, right? So for that reason alone is why I actually really hope that Mega Feraligatr looks insane. Like, I really hope it looks extremely good. Now, not all Mega Evolutions have to be like a drastic change from the third stage evolution. However, you know, with the starter Pokemon specifically, I feel like you'd want to go like really out of the box just to make it stand out even more, because starter Pokemon always stand out. Everyone loves the starter Pokemon for every single Pokemon game, right? So I hope that the Feraligatr design changes a little bit from what the leaks were saying. And now Meganium also kind of does sound underwhelming. I like Meganium. Actually, it's surprising to see how many people don't like Meganium. A lot of people in my comments have been saying they just don't like Chikorita, they don't like Meganium, which I was shocked to hear that. I always thought Meganium and Chikorita were pretty cool. I mean, they're not my favorite, however, I think they're pretty cool. Oh, and for Mega Feraligatr, I forgot to mention, I feel like Water Dragon makes sense for Mega Feraligatr. Okay, now back to Meganium. So I really do think that Meganium is going to be getting a fairy typing. I mean, we saw that in the trailer that Chikorita was using a fairy type move. I mean, I just don't see what else they would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, a grass and a fairy type just makes perfect sense for Meganium. So I really think that's going to be the typing of it. Now, the design is going to be like flowers going on the neck, which kind of sounds cool. I really do think it's going to be better than what the leaks are saying. Like, I think that this evolution is going to look a little bit more impressive. At least we can hope. Now, if you're watching this far in the video, comment down below orange just to let me know you're a real one watching this far in the video, and as well as that, let me know which one of these brand new starter Mega Evolutions you're looking forward to as far as the Gen 6 starters and the Legends EA starters go. It could be 2, it could be 3, it could be however many you want, or it could just be 1 if you're only excited about one of these Mega Evolutions. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really do appreciate you watching this video. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day today. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss all brand new Pokemon leaks, information, or just cool videos like this. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.